The Bifrost pulsed with iridescent energy. It deposited its passengers onto the golden plains of Asgard. He-Man stepped off, his armor gleaming. He was followed by Battlecat, Teela, and Man-at-Arms. They gazed in awe at the towering spires of the city. Asgard shimmered in the light of a distant sun.
Welcome, heroes of Eternia, to Asgard. I trust the journey was agreeable?
Indeed, Thor. Though I confess even the Wind Raider pales in comparison to the Bifrost.
Teela, ever observant, noted the majestic structures and the Asgardians who paused in their activities to observe them.
This realm is truly breathtaking, Thor.
Man-at-Arms, ever the inventor, ran his hand along his mustache in thought.
The architecture here is remarkable. The craftsmanship is beyond anything I've ever seen.
Thor led them towards the city, his footsteps echoing with each stride.
Come, friends, a feast awaits us in the great hall of Valhalla.
As they walked, Thor regaled them with tales of Asgard. He spoke of valiant warriors and epic battles. He described the 9 realms and the delicate balance that held them together. They passed through bustling marketplaces and serene gardens. The air hummed with a strange energy, a testament to Asgard's mystical nature. Everywhere they looked, there were wonders to behold. Reaching the palace, they were met with a spectacle of grandeur. Golden doors, etched with scenes of Asgardian lore, swung open to reveal a hall that seemed to stretch on forever. The tables were laden with food and drink, and the air buzzed with the murmur of countless conversations. The following day, Thor led them towards the great library of Asgard.
Here lies the accumulated wisdom of ages. Scrolls and tomes from across the 9 realms reside within these walls.
The library was a vast chamber, its shelves towering high above them. The air was thick with the scent of aged parchment and the soft whisper of turning pages. Light streamed in from arched windows, illuminating the countless volumes.
Incredible.
Teela, ever practical, sought out information on ancient prophecies.
Perhaps there's something here that can help us protect Eternia.
Man-at-Arms, his eyes gleaming with excitement, discovered schematics for Asgardian technology.
The principles, the ingenuity, it's astounding.
Later in the Asgardian armory, Thor proposed a friendly competition.
Let us test our might, He-Man. These contain supplies for the Bifrost. Let's see who can move the most.
A contest of strength? I never back down from a challenge.
With a grunt, Thor hefted a crate that would have crushed a lesser being. He effortlessly tossed it onto a waiting cart. The Asgardian warriors cheered, their voices echoing through the armory.
I have the power.
He lifted 2 crates at once, their combined weight exceeding even Thor's burden. The competition continued, each hero pushing the other to their limit. Laughter and cheers filled the air, a testament to the camaraderie between these legendary warriors. That evening, another feast was held in their honor. This time, however, the mood was different. Gone was the boisterous revelry of the previous night. In its place was a sense of unease, a subtle tension that hung in the air.
We have enjoyed your company, heroes of Eternia, but a shadow falls upon us all.
What troubles you, Thor?
Before Thor could answer, a shimmering portal opened in the center of the hall. Out stepped the sorceress of Castle Grayskull, her eyes filled with a grave light. Sorceress. He-Man, a threat approaches. The hall fell silent, the weight of her words hanging heavy in the air. The laughter and conversation ceased, replaced by a palpable tension. All eyes turned towards the sorceress, awaiting her explanation. The sorceress turned, her eyes filled with a mix of wisdom and concern, her gaze sweeping over the assembled Asgardians and Eternians, each one a hero in their own right.
A power long dormant stirs, she began, her voice carrying the weight of ages. It is an ancient force, she revealed, her voice low and steady, resonating with the gravity of the situation. It seeks to consume all realms, to devour the very essence of creation, to plunge everything into eternal darkness, a void from which there is no return.
He-Man felt a chill run down his spine, a sensation he had not felt in a long time. He had faced countless foes, from the monstrous to the malevolent, but the sorceress's words spoke of a threat unlike any he had ever encountered, a menace that transcended mere physical danger.
What manner of evil is this? Someone asked, their voice trembling with fear.
Its name is known throughout the cosmos, whispered in fear and awe, the sorceress replied, her voice echoing with ancient power. It is called Apocalypse. A collective gasp arose from the Asgardians, their faces a mix of shock and dread. Even Thor, known for his stoic demeanor, paled at the mention of that name, his usual confidence shaken.
Apocalypse, he breathed, his voice laced with dread and disbelief. Legends speak of its power, he continued, his voice barely above a whisper. It is said to be the harbinger of Ragnarok, the end of all things, the final cataclysm.
The weight of the situation settled upon them, a heavy burden they could not ignore. They were facing a threat that could destroy not just their realms, but all of existence, a peril that spanned the very fabric of reality. The fate of countless worlds rested on their shoulders, a responsibility that demanded their utmost courage and resolve. Silence gripped the hall, broken only by the crackling of the fire in the hearth. The enormity of the threat, the sheer scale of the impending doom, pressed down on everyone present. It was a moment of stark realization, a sobering reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present threat of chaos.
"We will not stand idly by while this evil gathers its strength," he declared, his voice ringing with determination.
Asgard stands with Eternia, he boomed, his voice echoing with the sound of thunder.
We will not falter, she vowed, her voice filled with quiet strength.
Man-at-Arms, his expression grim but determined, raised his energy mace in solidarity.
We will use all our knowledge, all our skill to defeat this foe, he declared.
A new resolve filled the air, replacing the fear and uncertainty that had once gripped their hearts. The atmosphere was charged with a newfound energy, a collective determination that was almost palpable. The heroes, united in purpose, had found strength in their shared determination to protect their realms. Each one of them knew that alone they might falter, but together, they were an unbreakable force. They would face the coming darkness together, drawing strength from their camaraderie and their unwavering belief in the power of good. Their unity was their greatest weapon, a beacon of hope in the encroaching shadows.
"Thank you for warning us," he said, his voice filled with gratitude and respect. "Your foresight has given us the chance to prepare. We will not let you down. This is our promise to you and to each other. We vow to stand firm and face whatever comes our way."
The sorceress nodded, a glimmer of hope flickering in her eyes. She could see the resolve in their faces, and it gave her a renewed sense of optimism. "May the power of Grayskull be with you," she said, her voice filled with ancient magic and wisdom. Her words carried the weight of countless battles fought and won. May it guide you and protect you on your journey. Let it be your shield and your strength in the trials to come. With a final swirl of her cloak, the sorceress vanished, leaving the heroes to prepare for the battle ahead. Her departure was a reminder of the gravity of their mission. They knew that the road ahead would be fraught with danger, but they faced it with courage and determination. Each step they took was a step towards safeguarding their world. They were, after all, the protectors of their realms, the champions of all that was good and just. Their legacy was one of bravery and sacrifice, and they were ready to add another chapter to that storied history. With a final farewell to their Asgardian allies, the heroes of Eternia knew that this was not just a goodbye, but a promise to return if ever needed. The heroes of Eternia stepped onto the Bifrost, the legendary rainbow bridge that connected realms. The rainbow bridge pulsed with energy, ready to carry them back to their own realm, where their true battle awaited. The colors danced around them, a mesmerizing display of cosmic power. They could feel the anticipation of the battle that lay ahead, a battle that would test their strength and resolve. As they hurtled through the dimensional void, the sensation was both exhilarating and daunting. They were traveling through the very fabric of space and time. The image of Asgard, bathed in the golden light of its sun, faded behind them, a reminder of the allies and friends they had left behind. He-Man, his hand resting on Battle Cat's flank, felt a surge of determination. His loyal companion was a source of strength and comfort. He gazed out at the swirling colors of the Bifrost, each hue representing a different realm, a different possibility. He knew that their journey was far from over. The challenges they had faced were merely the beginning. In fact, it had only just begun. The path ahead was fraught with danger, but also with hope and opportunity. But he faced the future with unwavering courage, knowing that he did not face it alone. His friends and allies were by his side. He had found new allies, forged new bonds, and gained invaluable knowledge. Each ally brought their own unique strengths to the team. They had faced a glimpse of Apocalypse's terrifying power, a power that threatened to consume everything. But they had also witnessed the unwavering spirit of those who opposed it. The courage and resilience of their allies gave them hope. They had seen the strength of unity, the power of hope, and the unwavering belief in a brighter tomorrow. These were the true weapons against darkness. As the Bifrost deposited them back on the familiar soil of Eternia, they felt a renewed sense of purpose. He-Man knew that the true test lay ahead, but he was ready. The battles they had fought had prepared them for this moment. He was He-Man, master of the universe, and he would face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, to protect his home and defend the innocent. The fate of Eternia, and perhaps all of existence, rested on his shoulders. It was a heavy burden, but one he was willing to bear. He would not falter. He would stand strong, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. He would fight for Eternia. He would fight for all. The journey was long, the stakes were high, but the spirit of Eternia was indomitable. With his allies by his side, He-Man knew that they could overcome any challenge. Together they would protect their land and defend their people. The weight of responsibility was immense, but it was also a source of strength. It reminded him of what he was fighting for. He would stand strong, a symbol of light in the darkest of times. He would be the hero Eternia needed, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. He would fight for Eternia, for his friends, for all. He would fight for Eternia. He would fight for all. The battle was just beginning, but with courage and unity, they would prevail. He would fight for all. The journey was long, the stakes were high, but the spirit of Eternia was indomitable.